Hi guys, I've gotten a couple of questions about how to do Google Earth lit trip tours, and so I figured that it might be good for me to show you a little bit. This is what Google Earth looks like when you're in it. What I've done here is I actually created a folder over here in my places, and then I could search. So for the purposes of today, I searched for a bunch of different places that had to do with the history of Alverno. So, for example, I could do the same thing having to do with, let's say, Paul Revere. If I search for Paul Revere, there's all kinds of stuff. Paul Revere's Pizza, uh, Ride of, let's see, Paul Revere, Massachusetts. Just to give you a sense of how you look for actual spaces in Google Earth. So this is going to take me all over here. Here's a bunch of different places that have the name Paul Revere in it. But for me, what I did was once I got those spaces, I could use this little icon here, which is copies those search results to my places in a folder. So if I get rid of this search for a moment, that let me save things like the Santuario della Verna. And if I click here, I'll go there. This is in Italy. And then Schwarzach, this is going to look a little bit dizzy. But this gives you a sense of how you can find a location. And then once you are in a location, you can kind of click around and you can see some of the pictures that people have taken there, the area where St. Francis lived, and some of the older buildings in the area. But then you can then zoom to Schwarzach, Germany. This is where the first women who founded Alverno, the School Sisters of St. Francis, women religious, came from Schwarzach, Germany. And then they came from there to Campbellsport, Wisconsin. Then they founded the St. Joseph Convent, which is now the mother house for the School Sisters of St. Francis, and finally Alverno. So basically, you can see that by creating a folder here, then once I've got a folder, I can do a couple of things. One is that I can right-click here, and I can save place as. When I save place as, it's going to save as a .kmz folder. So if I write history of Alverno into my documents, it's going to save that there. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can add a tour. Now, I'm not going to actually do this because, well, you'll see. If I add a tour, what that does is it brings up this tiny little thing at the bottom, which has a record button and an audio button. Those are the only two pieces. That is what I used to create this link. You see the little movie icon over here that's called History of Alverno. If I click on here, it's going to, in a moment, it'll spin a little bit to get set. But then this is a recorded tour. So this is a different way of taking people through, but it would be a little bit more standalone than the exporting the save as file like I did before. I think it's not going to let me do both things. It's not going to let me both record this audio for you and play it at the same time, but I'm going to send it to you. So, there we go. So it then brings up this audio tour, and I'll just see if I can do these both at the same time.
Going way back, the story of Alverno starts way far away, in Italy, actually, in the home area of St. Francis.
So when I mouse over, I can actually then pause this and so on. But then that can also be saved. But I can email this to myself, and then what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna email you the link to this screencast, as well as the KMZ file from my folder of the story of Alverno, as well as the tour. And hopefully those three things will help you with your preparation for tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.